I would be absolutely surprised, like the most surprised person on the planet, if Conor just showed up for a paycheck, limped in there, and said, I don't care. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute, shape my head into a mohawk, show up, do the intros, and then just bow out 1 minute later. You can say what you want about Conor, but one thing he is not, he's not a quitter. One thing he is not is a bamboozler. The body is unpredictable, and every fight is unpredictable. And if you look at Conor, because I've had a lot of people say, man, why would Conor do that? He came out like an idiot, jumped across the cage, and threw a kick. Conor always does that. I'm just as disappointed as you guys were because the T-Mobile Arena was absolutely electric. We finally saw it. You're talking about the guy who is supposed to be disappointed that he's finally making the walk, that he finally showed up. I believe he wants to fight me. I believe he tried to fight me. I believe he wanted to fight me. I believe that's how the negotiations went. Other plans were made. But the honor and the integrity of wanting to stick to and be a man of his word since he pulled out of that fight back in 2024, International Fight Week against me, I think he wanted to actually be a man of his word and see through to putting his name on that dotted line that had my name on it. But I know everybody is disappointed, but keep on watching. This ain't the last you're going to see of Conor. And I'm excited to see how it all plays out. God bless. I'll see you at the top.
So the last fight, when did you realize that was over?
With Conor?
Yeah.
When he fell down a second time, I was like, oh, this is not good. The first time I thought he just slipped. It's hard to tell. It's wild. It's in the moment. I thought he slipped. And then when he got up and he threw a kick again, I'm like, oh, I don't like how his leg just gave out. That didn't seem like, and I'm still hoping he's just slipping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's just freaking out because he hasn't been in the Octagon in 5 years. And then he started moving around and he like grabbed his knee and buckled.
Okay.
And there was some conversation.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, there was some conversation going on between him and Max Holloway. And I was like, you know, Max is saying he can't fight, like something's wrong. And he's saying, fight me. He's like, get up. And so he lets him up, and then his knee buckles, and then the referee stops the fight.
Yeah. It's always so the very, I think it was the very last fight where the ref tried to call it at the end of the third round, and then because he was saying that there was a concussion issue. I mean, I couldn't tell what was going on.
This is the Ilya Topuria fight, the Justin Gaethje fight at the White House.
The Topuria Justin Gaethje fight.
No, he couldn't see.
Okay.
He was saying he couldn't see well. Something was wrong with his right eye.
Well, I mean, it looks like his whole face was puffed up, so he couldn't see anything. But okay, so I thought it was a concussion thing, but it was because of his vision.
No, they never did that.
Happened. McGregor blew his knee out in the first few seconds, made an absolute shit ton, $30 million for almost no work. Didn't really take a punch. Max Holloway got paid for nothing as well. The fight didn't happen, and of course, everyone's out there. They've all got opinions. Everyone's calling it a fakes and saying that he was injured beforehand and this and that, and shut the hell up, okay? Anytime Conor McGregor fights, anytime there's a big, huge fight, you get tons of casuals tuning in. They don't know what they're talking about. Conor McGregor often starts his fights with something wild. And when you've been away from the sport for 5 years and you're walking into the Octagon at the T-Mobile Arena and they've got the dry ice and the crowd is going crazy for you, yeah, you got a fair bit of adrenaline running through your body and you're asking yourself a lot of questions like, have I still got it? Can I still do this, okay? Am I still the guy? Am I as good as what I used to be? Because you never know. Maybe throughout that training camp, maybe he knew he wasn't as good as what he used to be. And that's why he looked really nervous, because he did look nervous before the fight. But that's understandable for all the reasons that I just listed. And the reason he ran out there and jumped in the air and threw that stupid kick that blew his knee out is because of the nerves. And also because he wants to show everyone, I've still got it, I'm still that guy. And you never know, there's a crazy world where the kick...
That wasn't a normal, I can't continue reaction. It was kind of like a...
I think he was in shock. Like, oh my God, my fucking knee just blew out. And he didn't know what to... He didn't know what was like... It was just a genuine reaction.
If he's back there.
Yeah, I would love to believe all these conspiracy theories and these, but the fact of it is, the truth of it is, it was a freak accident. It was a fucking freak accident. He's not going to show up just to get paid. He's not going to show up and have a shitty fight to prove a point. Like, haha, you guys iced me. That, bro, the feelings he's dealing with right now isn't. He would rather have fucking made $0 and at least got to go out there and perform and maybe drop Max and maybe lose a decision for $0. He would take that than taking it what had happened. And
Conor McGregor's long-awaited UFC comeback was expected to become one of the most memorable memorable moments in the sport's history. Instead, the night took a heartbreaking turn just over a minute into the fight when the Irish superstar suffered a serious knee injury. The incident immediately ignited fierce debate throughout the MMA world, with opinions split down the middle. Some believe it was simply an unfortunate accident, while others suspect McGregor may have entered the bout with an underlying issue or noticed something was wrong in the opening moments.
I do. Yeah, I do think Conor fights again. He still, has that fire and he still wants to compete. So, he has his last fight on his UFC contract. So I'm sure he wants to fulfill that and then, see what the future holds for himself. But, Conor, he needs fighting. He really does, to keep structure in his life, to keep everything sane in his mind. So, fighting's good for Conor. So, he needs that.
Why I don't think there's going to be another comeback for him. Right? Especially if it's a torn ACL, it's going to be another year off. I just don't think he's going to have the crowd behind him like he did for this one. He can maybe talk his way into it, but like I said, he's really not even that good of a talker anymore. Maybe you give him a Chandler fight, but Chandler, you're going to wait another year, then probably another year of him training to come back. I just think he made a lot of money this fight. I think he's pretty much done.
Do you know what else there isn't concrete proof of? That he was fine before the fight. There's none. Because he comes out and throws this kick immediately, bouncing off of his left foot, putting no weight on his right foot, and trying to land that. And at no point do we see Conor McGregor using his right foot to be able to move in and out of range, throwing punches healthily. We have zero evidence of that. Yes, we have him hitting the pads like this and seemingly struggling to regain his balance after kicking the pad once and then walking off after, the third kick. That still is no proof that Conor McGregor was in any way healthy enough to do a 25-minute fight with Max Holloway, jumping in and out of range, hitting pads the way he used to. Think of how static McGregor was when he was throwing those kicks. Now look at McGregor when he's in full flow, bouncing around, jumping all over the place. I mean, looking fluid movement. This is exactly what McGregor is. It's all about movement and fluid movement. It's not about standing in one spot like that. That's McGregor on pads in full flow. Because that body language, so much of it was screaming out to someone like me who knows McGregor the way I've been watching him so closely for so many years, analyzing him for video after video after fucking video. I fucking know some shit is wrong when I see it. And you can disagree with me all you like. I don't take any offense. But even on the motherfucking ring walk, man. This is a normal Conor McGregor ring walk, okay? This is how he walks out the ring. Look at the fucking intensity in his eyes, man. It's all about the fight. It's all about, I can't wait to get in there and fucking put a beating on this guy. I am ready. And just watch the way he carries on shadow boxing the whole time. He's in the fucking zone, right? This is all about the fight, rehearsing the fight in his head over and over and over again. The fight that's about to happen. Now look at him. Looks like he's going to the fucking shop. Looks like he's going to walk the dog. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing. There is absolutely no intensity there. That doesn't look like a man who's about to have a fucking fight. Not his first fight in 5 years, where he should be a bit edgy, a bit twitchy.
Yeah, look, I think Kenny, I only heard the last minute, but I think he's dead on. I think he tried to conjure up all the things from the past that it just doesn't work like that. Look, we said it, 5 years being away and doing the right thing is hard. Even Dominic Cruz alluded to that. That guy was doing everything right. He wasn't partying, and it was 3 years, I think he said. 5 years, steroids and fucking cocaine. I don't even know. I'm not saying it allegedly, whatever the hell it is. It's a lot, man. It's a lot on your body. Your body, there's things, I'm sure, Kenny, you think your brain says you could do, and you can't do it, right? You know what I mean? The brain is a really weird thing. It's going to make you believe certain things that just aren't true. And I think that's what we saw. Just, he looked old when he got in there. He looked very old to me.
Yep.
And this is not an old man's game at that weight class for sure. Yeah. And, the inactivity, I just think everything we said was kind of nothing. I don't think he was hurt before. He was throwing those kicks in the dressing room, but why he would even want to lead with a technique like that at this age? The older you get, Kenny, that's what you want to be, jumping in the air. Takes a lot of cardio to jump in the air.
Chael Sonnen has admitted he had concerns about the intensity of Conor McGregor's preparation leading into the fight. During multiple press conferences in both New York and Los Angeles, McGregor repeatedly hinted that he was working on something extra behind the scenes, a comment that immediately caught Sonnen's attention. Curious to learn more, Sonnen contacted members of McGregor's team to ask where he was training and who his sparring partners were. Instead of getting clear answers, he was met with vague responses that offered no real insight into McGregor's training camp. Adding to the mystery, there were very few photos or videos showing McGregor
in New York. I then, the following week, watched him doing media in Los Angeles. But I'm being told he's in the gym training in Ireland. I just brought that to your attention. So I even reached out to his team. I said, hey, where's he training at? They said, no, he's all set up. He's at a gym in California. So that's great. I got a camera crew and I got a team out there in Dana Point. I'll get him over to the gym. I know every gym in California. Where's he at? Well, and the gym doesn't have a name. Gym doesn't have a name. Okay. Who's he training with? I didn't ask this question, but I'm just saying to you guys, who's he training with? Because it comes back to Telephone Telegraph for Telefighter. Those training partners, above the workouts, above the dollars they're going to get for rounds and time, they would like some exposure. They would love a picture with Conor McGregor, blow that up on their social media. They would love that. No one posted anything. So then you have the coaches. Now, I know that Conor keeps that staff tight. I have no doubt that Coach Roddy, that Coach Kevin, I have no doubt that the team was there, but
Sonnen also pointed to another moment that strengthened his doubts. While most of the attention has focused on the kick that appeared to injure McGregor's knee, Sonnen believes the more significant clue came just moments earlier. He noticed McGregor briefly lose his balance immediately after throwing a punch, something he considered far more revealing than the kick itself. In Sonnen's opinion, that awkward movement suggested McGregor was already dealing with a problem affecting his mobility, adding even more fuel to the theory that the injury had been troubling him.
Moments in that fight. Okay, there was one very specifically. Everything that I have heard so far is talking about the jumping kick or the kicks by Conor and the leg going out. I didn't see what Joe Rogan saw. Joe Rogan was confident in telling the broadcast world that he blew out his knee. That may be accurate information. I'm just sharing for you. I didn't see that. Now, the moment, if you go back and rewatch this fight, the moment where you question and go, oh no, oh no, this human, this young man, Conor, isn't ready. He didn't prepare right. He throws a punch, right? We're all thinking of the kicks, but if you rewatch it, he threw a punch and he went down. He lost his balance.
As questions continue to surround what happened inside the cage, Michael Bisping has turned his focus toward Conor McGregor's future. According to Bisping, McGregor's immediate priority must be recovering from surgery, with the outcome depending largely on the seriousness of the injury. Looking further ahead, Bisping noted that McGregor is reportedly close to the end of his current UFC contract, opening the door to several possible directions. He could negotiate a new deal, pursue opportunities outside the promotion, or even decide to retire from competition altogether. Whatever path he chooses, Bisping believes the biggest question is what version of
to happen next. Well, first of all, we know he's going to have surgery, okay? Is it a torn ACL? Is it a torn meniscus? If it's a meniscus, he might be back within 6 months. If it's an ACL, a year. It could be 18 months. You never know. Maybe that's the end of his career. But he's only got one fight left on his contract, okay? Now, one would assume, and I'm not speaking for the UFC, I'm a commentator, but I'm speaking on behalf of Michael Bisping here. One would assume the UFC are going to try and renegotiate and sign him to a longer contract before he has that next fight. And he has the right to say, I want to have my last fight and be a free man and go off and do my own thing and maybe start his own promotion, his own fight league, maybe box some people, maybe go and box Jake Paul, do some MMA on Netflix. We don't know, right? But if he does have one fight, who is that person going to be? And what will Conor McGregor look like then? Because he's already had 5 years off with a broken leg. Now he's torn the ACL.
Close around the Cali streets. Da-da-da-da-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.
His career is over. Yeah. He knows it. Oh, he fucked his knee. Yep. Why did he do that? I just thought he was being that made for a shit main event. He won't be back. Look how mad the crowd everybody is. Do you think he's gonna come back? No. No, I don't think so. Not the way I have to.
Conor McGregor was finished by Max Holloway in 1 minute and 9 seconds due to injury. The fight starts. Conor does this running, jumping kick. As he lands, you could see his knee go. But there's no fighting on one leg, especially against a guy like Max Holloway. Just impossible. UFC 329 was more disappointing to me than Tom Aspinall Cirogan.
That shit looked like the biggest setup ever.
I think he thought it would be ready by the day. Yeah. And it was like almost ready, but not enough to give it 100%. Like,
and so they couldn't call the fight off because $25 million gate. What are you going to say?
Exactly. You got to play it off.
But there was no physical contact made with either one, right? So if you do it, you blow out your knee, that's a no contest.
Yeah. So nobody wins. So in fight contracts, does he still get paid?
Yeah.
Do they
he weighed in, stepped on the scale.
So even though
he get his show money for sure. It looked like the biggest ripoff in the world. Because everybody betting on Conor.
Yeah, 1,500 days off, 69 seconds back. So everyone's saying
millions. It's some bullshit. We've been hyped. Oh shit, am I lying?
Yeah.
That was the biggest bank robbery I ever seen.
It was sad to see, you know what I mean? But that's the thing with this sport. You've got to stay consistent. You've got to keep fighting. And I think where he hasn't fought in so long, his body couldn't keep up with it. And coming out and throwing him crazy kick like that first thing, his knee just collapsed underneath him, and I feel bad for him. Know what I mean? He's put so much into coming back and getting back in the octagon, and that happens in the first 5 seconds.
You've got on the knee, which can irritate an already injured meniscus or lead to a new injury of the meniscus. Again, though, this position, absolutely, we have to keep an ACL on the differential. I think, though, if we were going to see the ACL, it would have been in this position. We would have seen that knee rotate a little bit more. We would have seen the tibia shift. So I'm going to put ACL number 2 behind the meniscus number 1. Either way, just absolutely, really devastating. I mean, I remember the last McGregor fight, you know, he broke his leg. So to see him come back here, whether he was injured coming into the fight or this was a new injury, you got to wonder if this is going to be the end for him, if he can come back from another injury.
God, dude, Max just got an insane payday. The thing that sucks for Max, though, it's like he had it prayed. One of the craziest training camps that he's ever had. The most money he's ever going to make, and he still made it. But it's just, you almost feel guilty. It was kind of the same thing with Patty. Patty went out there and at least subbed him, looked fucking sick. But you almost feel guilty because you're not hurt. Your hands don't hurt. Your face doesn't hurt. Nothing hurts. I bet Max is just like, what the fuck? I would be, if I was in Max's position, I'm sure I'd be so, like, you're grateful, you're blessed, everything's great, but you didn't get to go out there and do what you love to do. You didn't get to go out there and perform. You didn't go out there and show the world how good you are.
Find it, and you just seem to will it, you know? Is it as easy as that, or how, like, I know you just kind of described it, but how did you get that confidence back to walk in there and face a guy like Max Holloway on Saturday?
Man, I don't know. It's above, brother. It's divine. It's not me. It's above. That's how I feel with it. I could question my own self with that also, but I have it. I'm confident, and I'm gonna showcase it. I love this arena. I love fight night, fight week, and God willing, I'm back here next week and the week after. How many weeks is in a year? 54. There you go. You know, I could fight every week if it's a go. You know, before the injury, I had maybe 3 within the year. People don't recall that. And yeah, now there you go. We plan on getting busy here.
Can we get back to that? Or will even the business, will the fight business allow it when you almost get too big to fight that frequently, right? Or can we get back to that level?
I believe I wish for it. I wish for it. So if I'm the man in the arena, right? I'm the one that's making the walk. So if I'm the one who's pushing for it and campaigning for it, I'm sure that is the case. Now I've said my piece with the Ultimate Fighting Championship and their staging of my bouts. And they've said their piece, and you know it's kind of fallen on.
Conor doesn't need to fight. He has everything. I respect the fact that he's coming back to fight so much because it shows that he's a fighter in his heart. You know, me, I got to a certain level and I decided to walk away. You know, Conor, he's back. It shows that he's still that fighter despite having so much success. I'm rooting for him. Proud of Conor. I'm a massive fan. I think I will be for the rest of my life. You know, he has had a lot of struggles, ups and downs, just like I have, but he always gets back on his feet, which is a huge example to so many out there. So,
did we ever think that McGregor was coming back? He always threatened coming back, didn't he? But I think that, like, there's been so many stop-starts with McGregor that
6 years. Yeah, no one knows where we're up to. But you know what? I watched a couple of his interviews recently. He seems in a really good place. I know it's only an interview, but he does seem in a good place. When McGregor's on form, he's absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. He's beat Max Holloway before. Max Holloway, in my opinion, really, really good fighter. One of the best ever. Didn't look great in his last fight. Did not look great against Charles Oliveira at all. He looked like he kind of like was questioning whether he wanted to be there or not at points. But he was fighting a grappler, so you know when it's all striking, which it probably will be. Sometimes when you're fighting regular, that helps as well. Sometimes it works the other way. It just depends where they're at. But like I say, I heard a couple of McGregor interviews. I was very impressed with what he was talking about and how calm he seemed and how focused he seemed. I know it's just an interview; it doesn't really mean anything, but he's up against it, against an active guy like Max Holloway. But I think the thing is that power doesn't leave. Like he needs one shot and it can be over. So I'm more favouring towards a McGregor win, to be honest.
I can tell, but how does Holloway win this fight?
Holloway wins by just out-voluming him, being at the right spots at the right time. Very tall, lanky guy, using good footwork, using good timing. His timing is definitely going to be better because he's been fighting way more regular than McGregor. I think that there's definitely a possibility of Max Holloway picking him off and moving, but I would favour
Machine Gun Kelly. He was out there talking a lot of shit as well.
I'm aware I did a post yesterday and I should probably apologize for absolutely nothing, homie. F this dude. That's how beef works.
And of course, you know, it didn't go his way. He didn't get the win. He didn't get the biggest comeback in combat sports history. It was the biggest letdown.
Conor McGregor surfacing online. And it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Conor. 38 years young. Here he is with his wife, Dee, seemingly in good spirits.
8 years of age.
Yes.
Happy birthday to the mic.
Happy birthday.
We'll be back.
It matches your outfit even.
We'll be back. Come on.
It's okay.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. We'll be back. Let's go. Let's go. I know.